All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for Darius Geis, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Second down, Haskins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
At the 17-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Connor. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Geis with the carry on second down. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, come on. Watch safety screaming. Watch safety screaming. Safety screaming.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Chad Thomas bringing the power on the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6. There on first.
Pass complete to Paris Campbell. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
230, 50. You better bring it. You better bring it.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor, and he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Hey, Delta. 53. 50. Nickers, got to spin.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
Topper! Check 16. Check. No. 49, check 49, check 49.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field going through that one. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just have good ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Catch made here by Campbell. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Focus, defense, focus.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. He won't go down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Shreds the tackle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
And got his man complete. 20, 10, 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain it.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
The reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that ball is caught by Washington. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll run here with Conner. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check! Like 20. Check. 53. Mike. Defense, we check.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Like 80. These two. Hey, alert.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, wahoo. Check 53. Hurt. Black is on.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Now a hit and a loose football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Got an open man. It's Washington. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And that ball is caught by Washington. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2.
198. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Haskins will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Check 53.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Here we go.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
This is Connor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Hard now. Black 20. Easy. Pilot, 64.
He'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
230. Jack 16. Black again.
On third down, Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there, and give them a first down. Now it's Hines. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Again, it's Connor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and run for it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
Hey, Haywood.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is caught for the 2 points. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third down. Here's Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Right back to Cotter here on 1st. And some room to work. The 20. Trailing into 4th this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Let him know. 50. Let him know.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Check nickel.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get it back to the
possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Last 20. 953. 953. Squeeze.
And Diggs has it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.